everybody. Welcome back to Creating with Christina. I am Christina Reese, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you all are having some fun time in your craft room, making some beautiful things like we are going to do today. Now, this is an item I am making for a craft fair that I have in the middle of September that I'll be participating in. And what it is a coffee mug that I found at the Dollar Tree. And inside I have the Duncan Hines perfect size for one. It's cake in a cup, and this is apple cinnamon muffin. I also have a Folgers cappuccino packet to make the coffee, and some fun little candies in there too. I put some shredded paper to kind of make it full, and just some big thick bow ribbon. Here I just got it at my local craft store, and the little card which I created with this stamp set, Painted Harvest. Now, Painted Harvest was the #1 most popular stamp set in our holiday catalog last year, and they continued it into our annual catalog. So I'm real excited about that. It is still available. It's perfect for Thanksgiving, but it's also just perfect for saying thank you to someone. I am thankful for you. Whether they did something nice for you or, you know, they gave you something, I don't know. But your kindness means so much more than you will ever know. Just a beautiful stamp set. And I've even seen where they've made this in fun festive colors like purples and pinks and blues. But today we're doing a traditional sunflower to match this coffee mug. We're going to use soft suede for the center of our flower. We're going to use Daffodil Delight for the background petals. We're going to use Mango Melody for the more detailed petals of the flower. And finally, good old olive for our leaves. And so those are the ink colors we'll be using today. Excuse me. Because the Painted Harvest stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set, we will be using this piercing mat underneath. It's just a thick foam mat to give our stamp some cushion. The red rubber stamps already have a cushion built into them, but it helps for making a smooth surface so that the stamp will stamp as best as it can. Okay. All right, so let's start off with, first of all, we start with the center of the flower because it is almost impossible to see where this goes when you're looking through your photopolymer after you've used it quite a bit. The colors, the darker red colors stain your photopolymer. It doesn't ruin them. They're still perfectly good to use. It's just you can't see through them as well. So we found that if you stamp the center of the flower first, it's much easier to get the petals around the center than the center inside the petals. All right, let's go ahead and start. All right, and I'm going to try to get as many on here as I can. There's one. Whoopsie. Okay. And, oh, and also notice I put a black dot there. That way I know that's the top of this stamp set, and it will be easier to line up the stamps with that mark. There we go, that's easier. Okay, and I'm trying to guess. My cards are 3 by 3. I'm not sure if I centered these as well as I'd like to have, but that's okay. We'll just make 4 of them today. There we go. Okay, and also if you all do not have the Stampin' Chamois, this is just a foam rubber that is wet, and when you clean off your stamp with this, the ink transfers to the foam and it stays there. It stains the foam mat, but it doesn't transfer back onto the photopolymer itself, the stamp itself. So that's a pretty cool cleaning tool we have now. All right. Next, like I said, so this is our larger, there are 2 stamps for this sunflower. There's the larger one and then the more detailed one. And also remember, this is a watercolor. Let me show you the cover of the stamp set again. This is to look like a watercolor painting, so you can see where it's darker here on this part of the stamp and lighter down here. So that's how your ink will be stamped with these stamps. So don't think that you've missed, you haven't gotten ink everywhere. That's what it's supposed to look like. And I said so I'm using the lighter color first with the larger petals. And notice where I've put a black dot there, so I know that's the top of the flower that lines up with the top of the center of the flower. And now, of course, I'm going to end up putting my head in the middle of this. But see, I can see that center so easily now. And I just stamp that on there. Okay, now I want to get some more, but I'm going to rotate it this time so that I have a fuller flower. This is another trick we've learned with this stamp set. There we go. Okay, now it doesn't look all that pretty yet, but when we put the detail stamp on next, you'll see how pretty it is. Okay, so let me quickly do the rest of these. All right, now I've got all of the base of the flower stamped in there. And let me close up this ink so I don't get it anywhere. Don't want to have an ink accident. And now pull out our Mango Melody. This is one of our new colors that came out this year. It's not an in color, it's a new color in our permanent collection. We had a color revitalization, a revise of the colors, and this is one of our new ones. Anyway, so now what I'm going to do is, see, I can line it up real easy. My black dot is at the top. And perfect. See how it gave the detail to the flower? Isn't that beautiful? Love it. All right, let me finish up the rest of these. Okay, now we have the detailed petals to our flower. Now, I want leaves, but I don't want my leaves to go on top of these petals. So how I do that is I'm going to mask the sunflower so that the ink does not get on the sunflower. And what I mean by that is, well, if I can find it, I just had it a second ago. All right, so what I mean by that is I have stamped the sunflower onto a piece of Post-it note, and there is sticky there, and I also put the black dot on here so I knew where the top of the flower was, and I'm just going to cover up as much as the flower as I can. Okay. All right, now that my flower is covered, I can come in with my leaf stamp. So where's my old olive? Here it is. And I can stamp leaves all around my sunflower. All right. So we're going to put one here. And I'm going to put my saying down here in the corner. So maybe put a leaf over here. And one more up here in this corner. Okay. And let me go ahead and finish all three of them, and then I will come back and we will cut these out. Okay, now that I have masked off all my flowers, and see when you peel back the Post-it note, you can see where it's stamped on the Post-it note, but it left it blank on the paper. Isn't that the coolest thing? I love masking. Okay. I do notice how I have stamped these really close together. So to cut these out with the Big Shot, and I'm going to be using my stitched framelits, the largest of the square stitched framelits here. And I'm going to have to be very careful to kind of come over to the side a little bit here and over on this side here. So that shouldn't be too bad. All right, let me get my Big Shot out. And if you guys don't have a Big Shot, this is what it looks like. It's just a cutting machine here. Okay, so I cut my paper lengthwise so it'll fit in the Big Shot. There we go. And All right, like I said, I'm going to be putting the saying down there. I also have a magnetic platform, so this frame stays wherever I put it. I love the magnetic platform. If you don't have that, that's a good investment. All right, and my saying will go on top of my flower, so that I think that looks really good right there. And now put my top piece on. Okay. There we go. All right. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. All right, let me cut out the rest of these and we'll come back and put these cards together. All right, that's my last one. And pop that out real quick. And put my big shot away. And I need to come back now and stamp the sentiments that I want on here, and these are all going to be thank you cards. So I'm going to put that like that. And I found this whoopsie, this thank you, it's really nice, and it comes from this fun stamp set called You've Got Style. Look at that little old lady, isn't she fun? Anyways, this was just the perfect little thank you that fit on this card here, so I'm doing that. And I'm going to use the soft suede again. I like soft suede. It's a super dark brown, but it's not black. Black can be a little harsh sometimes. So we're just going to take thank you. Oh, and because this is a red rubber stamp, see it's already got the foam in there, I don't need double foam. And get that on a flat spot. Down and up. Perfect. Like it. All right, let me stamp the rest of these real quick. Okay, now all 4 of these have been stamped. They're all thank you cards. And now to put our cards together. Now, I am using 3x3 note cards, which is just 3 inches by 6 inches, scored at 3. And then I cut a cardstock base in Cajun Craze at 2 3/4. So that will give me this little bit of, so the little bit of the white from the card shows up. All right, and then we're sticking this on top. So first I'm going to layer the thank yous on top of these card bases. All right, and I need my tape runner. What did it do with that? Okay. And quickly, all right, now that they are all stuck on the cardstock, I need to put them on the card bases. Oops. And you have the cutest little 3x3 note card. I'm going to hole punch it here so I can tie it onto my bag, onto the cup, like this. Okay, all 4 of our cards now are complete. I just need to punch a hole in them and attach them to my coffee mugs. Now, the first thing we need to do is get our coffee mug. And like I said, I found these at the Dollar Tree. So cute. I bought 10 of them, so I'll have 10 of these to sell in my craft fair. And put that there. Then I've got shredded just confetti paper here. And I don't need very much. That should be enough. My packets, I'm doing the apple cinnamon muffin here. And these are just little 1 serving. If you've not seen these are the cutest things. And you can get them at any grocery store. And you just pour it in, add the water, microwave it, and voila. I mean, what a cute idea. I like to have the front of it facing the outside so that you can see it, and especially that you can see the name of this Duncan Hines Perfect Size for 1 Oh, cake in a mug. That's it, cake in a mug. The other thing I got, these Folgers cappuccinos. So I need one of those. And also I want to see chocolate so I can see which flavor I'm putting in here. I have the vanilla one. I also have the chocolate cake in a mug. So yeah, you want to be able to when your people at the craft fair are looking at it, they want to know what they're buying. So if you can see it, then you can tell them. Okay, I want some of these papers to stick up, kind of like that. And I need some candies, and who doesn't love a Werther's Original? Put some Werther Originals in there. These craft bags I just got at my local craft store. Just a big gusseted at the bottom. And I just take my coffee mug and I just stick it in there. And it's hard to get my hand and the mug in there all at once and turn it so that the handle is where it's easier to close the bag. Now, to tie the ribbon, I found a trick. In these bags, they give you twist ties, and I can't hold this and tie a bow at the same time. So I found that if I just take the bag and let the twist tie hold it for me while I'm tying the bow, that's much easier. So now I just grab my, and I leave it on the roll, so I don't have to guess how much ribbon to use. Quickly, just well, I need more than that. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be enough. Oops, I don't want to where I can't get the twist tie out. Make sure that's sticking out so I can get to it. All right, and now I just pull it tight, take the twist tie off, make my bow. Okay, and then just maneuver the bow so it's pretty the way you like it. That's nice, and a little shorter on the bow part. There we go. And take a pair of scissors, cut it at an angle. There we go. All right. And last but not least, we have our card and a hole punch. And I'm just going to punch a hole here in the corner, like so. And I need some baker's twine. And just thread that through there. My baker's twine is falling apart. There we go. Just pull that up underneath there. Oh, I don't need that much. There we go. Oh, it's all falling apart. Ah! Okay. There we go. And I just tie this in a knot, and it doesn't have to be pretty. And take my scissors and cut that off, and voila! We have another thank you gift. Isn't that sweet? I love it. All right, so, and at my craft fair, I live here in North Texas, and I have found that these sell fairly okay at $6, but when I say 2 for $10, I sell a lot more. So I sell them for $6 each, or 2 for $10. And I'm not making that much of a profit. The coffee mug is $1. The little cocoa packet thing is about 50 cents, and the cake thing is about 50 cents. So that's another $1. The supplies all comes to about $1. So you're talking about maybe $3 in supplies. So selling it at $6 makes a better profit. But it gets people to my booth, and as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, besides selling actual crafts, I like to try to find more people who'd like to have card classes in their home and get more customers that way that will order through my catalog. So I hope you all liked today's craft for Craft Fair, and I've got more coming down the pike, and as soon as I get those recorded, I will post them up here on YouTube. Thanks you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.